Have you dealt with haters online? I'm sure we all are, whether it's Reddit, just some random Usenet forum, or any of these other places online on social media. We all have dealt with it. So that's what we're going to talk about today. But before we get to that, I do want to say I'm back. I just dropped the kid off at school and doing my new routine of coming back home from the kid drop-off. So this is when I like to do these car talks. So today I wanted to talk about a recent event that happened to me online. So as many of you may know, I'm pretty active online in on social media, various communities, on my blog at adamtheautomator.com and other areas. And I've had my fair share of haters in the day. You always have those people that, regardless of what you say and what you do and how many people you're helping, there's always going to be some people that are just complete assholes, and you'll never be able to change them. I recently have been trying to write more for my blog and promote my blog and really get some traffic around my blog, make it a first-class citizen, and all the hustles that I have. And one of the ways I've been doing that is I've been trying to announce new blog posts that I've created. So I create these really long, extensive blog posts that I've been putting a lot of time into, and I've been trying to promote that not only with my Twitter account like I usually have, but with other places like Reddit, Spiceworks, LinkedIn, Facebook, just really trying to get the word out as much as possible. And I've found some communities are more, let's just say, open to that idea, and some are not. I recently was, muted or banned from the sysadmin Reddit subreddit on the Reddit site, and I can see why I can see why that there may have been an issue with it, but I definitely do not disagree with it. And one of the reasons I do want to say that, reason that I don't disagree with it is the way the mods or the mod approached it. So let me tell you what happened. So I've been posting a link on the sysadmin subreddit. So a link that has my blog title, the link, and a synopsis on kind of what it's talking about. And at first I thought this was okay, because I've seen other people on there post links like, hey, I was browsing around and saw this link, and this is a good blog post on this, and here's why. It hasn't necessarily been about the content creator himself doing any kind of self-promotion, but it was just a guy that thought it was valuable. And my philosophy was, if I personally think something is valuable, and if you see a lot of my recent blog posts, they're 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 long articles that cover just about everything there is to know about a particular topic. So I'm thinking, yeah, my blog posts are very valuable, so I'll try that. I did this a few times, and I got hundreds of upvotes from the community. There's always a few people that say, oh, you're just tooting your own horn, you're just promoting your own stuff, go away. But the huge majority of people saw it as valuable. They appreciated knowing that the link was there, and they had started a discussion in the comment section, which was great, which is exactly what I was looking for. However, there were some people that reported it on the sysadmin thread, and the mods, being the mods, decided to step in and say, oh no, that's advertising, you can't advertise. And they didn't like it when I challenged them about that. I challenged them because I think if a random stranger can come in and say, hey, I was browsing the internet and found this really cool website, here's what it does, and start this valuable discussion about a particular topic, whether they even go to the blog post or not, at least sparks an idea and initiates the conversation. However, what I did have a problem with is if the person that actually wrote the content did that same thing and said, I think this is valuable, this is full disclosure, this is my stuff, but I still think this is valuable. To me, there's no difference in that whatsoever. Sure, there's going to be some bias. There's always some bias. But honestly, if you look at my posts, I've been writing for years and years and years, and there are thousands and thousands of words on all kinds of different things, and I've done research on everything. I know 100% fact that this is good information for people. And they had a problem with it, not because of the content of the blog post, but because I personally was promoting it. Well, I personally was promoting. I even hate the word. I personally was saying, this is good stuff here. Check it out. And I pushed back on that because, that's kind of it's just the old stodgy cishet men stereotype. Oh, if you are personally benefiting on this, then nobody in the world should benefit on this. This is just, oh, you can't do this. You're just a spammer. And I literally was called a spammer at least, 10 times or something in the thread after I pushed back to kind of call out this, worthless excuse for a rule, I guess, for a better lack of a better word. And what I found was I actually had them create a new rule in the community guidelines that said content creators cannot specifically promote their products or content or something. And speaking of, I wasn't selling any products. It was just information. And what I ended up happening is, if I pushed back enough, my original thread was deleted. Obviously, it was gone. And mind you that I've been talking with the mods in the subreddit for a long time, for a few days, asking permission to post different things. And I posted something, and when I pushed back, what happened was, instead of hearing what I had to say and politely engaging in some kind of discussion, what happened was the mod actually just muted me for 3 days just to shut me up. And it's just like, that's a simple thing as an ostrich sticking their head in the sand, or sticking your fingers in your ears going la 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 la, like a childish thing to do. They wouldn't open up the discussion because I kept challenging them. I said, well, why is this? Here's why I think this is the way it's going to be. And honestly, I was completely polite about this, saying that I respect your decision and I respect your role to protect the community, but it just wouldn't have any of it. And what also happened was, at around the same time, which was just a complete change in attitude and approach to this, was at the same time I would post a thread in the Spiceworks PowerShell group, and although there was a few posts in there that nobody said anything about, it was great, thank you for your posts, I learned a lot. And there was one, I guess, that somebody reported to the mods, and somebody in the Spiceworks team decided to delete it. And instead of just deleting it and saying, you're a spammer, go away, which at the subreddit, I wasn't even notified that a thread was deleted. In the Spiceworks forum, they took the time to say, hey, we had somebody report this, I took a look, and I had to delete it. However, I see that it wasn't with malicious intent, because it's obviously not spam. However, if we let this go along, we really can't allow this kind of content, because this may open the door for other true spammers to come in and take care of this. It was done in a very cordial manner, and I thought, wow, the difference in the communities was just phenomenal. I was all pissed off about the guy not necessarily getting the thread deleted in Reddit, but I was all pissed off at how it was approached. And I probably wouldn't have challenged it near as much if it was approached differently. But with Spiceworks, it really didn't give me an option to challenge it. It's like, okay, even if the community guidelines weren't 100% clear about this, I would have been, okay, yeah, I understand. Because he gave me an insight on what their challenges may be if they would let this through, versus Reddit. Mods are power hungry. They're like, I am the mod, bam, and you're gone. black, white, bam, just knocked you off with a hammer. And that makes me even more angry and more upset. And, if I was malicious, I could go into Reddit, create 1,000 accounts or something, and just promote the hell out of my blog under my name. That kind of attitude just leads to so many different outcomes that, neither party wants to know. It just breeds animosity. So what I wanted to take this Card Talks to talk about that recent thing, and to really reflect on what that mean to me of online communities. And what I did was I reported this on in Slack on the TechSnips forum. I've created the TechSnips community, and the difference in clicks, I guess, were just amazing. Where you would have the sysadmin for it. Now the PowerShell subreddit and Reddit has been awesome. They've been great. It's just the sysadmin subreddit just brought to light just the vitriol and the frankly just the hate and despise of things that aren't exactly what they would agree with. It's just I don't want to hear it. To take it into a broader context, that's kind of how America is now. Everything is polarized. It's either black or white, right or wrong. And we really, as technology professionals and online people getting online all the time, we really need to focus more on empathically understanding somebody else's plight. Just because I'm promoting my blog post, and if you look at the post, it's obviously not spam. If it's not spam and it's informational things, you have to think, well, how is that helping? Is this helping the community at all? Hundreds of upvotes from the community. Yeah, it's helping the community. But Ahmad is power hungry and doesn't want to. It detracts from his or her point of view. It's just banned, regardless of what the community thinks. So, I guess if you want to kind of wrap up this Card Talks, I wanted to just have us all realize that, see where the other point is coming from. If somebody is saying, hey, check out my blog posts, maybe they're excited about the blog post. Maybe they really just want to share knowledge and help people in the community. Maybe they want to sell something. Maybe, I don't know. It just first understand where they're coming from and see where they're coming from their point of view, and then make a decision on what to do. And when you do make the decision, always approach them with kindness. Don't say you're a spammer, I don't care about you, go away. Even if you don't agree with the person and what they're doing, at least give a valid reason and approach them with kindness. So to sum it all up, don't be a dick, and be nice, and be kind to others.